Right, hello everyone. So I just received my Oryx 4-watch watch winder. By the way, this is not something someone gave me, but I actually paid full price. So the comments here are based on something I decided to buy. So let's see what's in this box. Pretty large box for watch winders, so it's not going to be small for sure. So let's open it up. Right, so it's pretty well packed. Foam, everything else. What do we have here? The USB charging cables. Get this down on the floor. Packing, all four corners. And the box with the watch winder itself. So the shipping box much larger than the watch winder box itself. Makes me feel better because starting to get a feeling I'd have to find a lot of space for it, but it's actually not that big. So I got this watch winder because I have 3 automatic watches at work, one that's busted, but 3 at work, and my single watch winder also broke, and I have a dual watch winder that still works, so I have at least 3 watches and only a home for 2. So I ordered this 4-watch winder to give me room for growth for an extra watch and or fixing the one that is broken. So let me get this out of the box here. Here it comes. So it's well packed inside a cardboard box. There's foam packaging around it. Here it comes. So nicely well wrapped. This up also. So here it is, my Oryx 4-watch mechanical watch winder. Plastic film on the glass in front to protect that also, so everything looks intact. Let's get it on the table so we can look at it better and see what functions it has. So out of the box we have instruction manual that goes with the watch winder. Question and answer leaflet, USB charging cable, and a cleaning cloth. Now what I find very annoying about this is you have the charging cable, USB, and the other end plugs into the watch winder in the back, but no power outlet. It tells you what you need to use. So it's AC to DC, you need a 5 volt, 1.2 to 2.1 amps. So if you want to plug this in somewhere, well, you need an adapter. So if you don't have one loose in your house or free or available, you'll have to go buy one after spending all this money for a watch winder. Now you got to go buy an adapter to plug it in and charge it and actually use it. So I rummaged through my drawers and I found a iPad block that I can use. An iPhone adapter will not work because I just looked at it. The iPhone adapter is maximum 1 amp. This needs 1.2 to 2 amps. So an iPad charger is large enough. I don't know if you can read it here, but you do have its right here on it, 50 hertz, output 5 volts, 2.1 amps. So this will be strong enough to power this watch winder for continuous use, whereas a small little iPhone block won't. So whatever you use, make sure you have the right power rating, or your voltage might drop. You could wear out the motors or wear out the adapter itself. So first annoying feature is the fact that it doesn't come with everything you need to actually plug it in. The leaflet says it can work on batteries, but there's this model does not have any battery capabilities. So we have the adapter plugged in the back and the other end into my iPad charger. And we see 3 buttons. This one here is the master power button. This one powers the motors, 1 button for power to all 4 motors, and this one here in the back is for the blue LED light. So I'll turn around and we'll see what they look like from the front. Other than that, the finish of the box, as you can see, is very nice finish, no blemishes or anything on it. So overall the looks is pretty good. So we got it turned around, plugged in, master power is on. So here we have the blue light from the LED in the back, which you can leave on or off, but you need to hit the button. and I power on the watch winders themselves, but of course nothing is turning because for that we need to use the button settings. So open this up, and now we have access to all 4 compartments for the winders. You have these little cushions, pretty soft actually. I have other watch winders, but the cushions are not as soft as this one. Look at the interior here. So there's 4 of these, and then we have the knobs for different functions of the watch. So off position right here, we can see the off. Try to get it without the reflection. There we see the off button. So the first one does, turn it on. Is my watcher power on? Yes, it is. So this one, mode 1, does 2 minutes, and you got it here. 2 minutes clockwise, then it will rest for 6 minutes. The next mode will be the same thing, but 2 minutes counterclockwise, rest for 6 minutes. 4th mode is rotate 2 minutes clockwise, rest 6 minutes, then 2 minutes counterclockwise, rest for 6 minutes. And the final mode over here does a rotate 5 minutes counterclockwise, 5 minute clockwise, 5 minute counterclockwise, and it repeats this for 3 hours. Then it will rest for 9 hours and restart again. So those are all 4 operational modes available with this winder. So to see it actually wind though, we need to close the front door, and then we can see this. Sorry for the reflection in the glass, but so we can actually see it rotating now. Filming through glass is just so difficult, but here you see it turning, and I'll stop talking for a second so you can hear how quiet this really is. I can hear the clock ticking on my wall more than I can hear this motor turning. So it's a very, very quiet mechanism. At least now there's only 1 turning. Let me open it up, maybe get others going, and see how much noise we get if there's 4 turning at the same time. So I turned all 4 on. Here they go. Let's stop and listen. Still very, very quiet. So that's a great feature from this. My other watch winders, my single and my dual, I can tell you we're not this quiet. So that's a great feature of this winder right now that first impressions give me, at least. Now about fitting your watches around the cushions, there seems to be the main way for doing it is this way, lengthwise, because that's the way they're all put into the holes. I did try wrapping them around the other way. It's possible, but your bracelet, your band will rub a lot more on the insides of the mechanism. If you had a fairly small watch, see this is a man's watch, ladies' watch, you may have to wrap it around another side, but once it's wrapped on the lengthwise like this, it goes in pretty easy. This other watch is a bit thicker. It's a Rec, nice watch. It also fits in fairly well this way. So overall, does a good job with the cushions around the watches themselves. And as you close the door, they just start right back up. So how does this Oryx watch winder compare to the other 2 I have? This one here is a Kalawan that I bought in 2020. And this one, I think it's pretty much a no-name that I bought in a local store. It's at Bombay. Store doesn't exist anymore. But this one's broken. So let's start with the Kalawan. Holds 2 watches. Nice glossy box. This one did come with all the plugs and chargers necessary. The cushions on this one are adaptable in size. Here I have 2 different watches, my Rec and my Rado. As you can see, the cushions here have a layer you can actually take off to make them smaller. So if I can just squeeze this out, it'll get a lot smaller like I have right now from a Rado watch. So this comes off like this. You can just push the centerpiece out to make it a smaller cushion, but the cushions are very stiff compared to the Onyx winder. So it's easier to squeeze your watch around or adapt to different size watches just because the cushions are more flexible. which is not the case on this one. This one works very well. It does have a small little issue if you want. Let me see if I can get it off and back on. It wobbles. So I've had this one for 4 years. And when it gets going, you'll see that it wobbles. At least, see, not the watch does, but if you look at the mechanism, it seems to be jogging a little bit. So I don't know if there's something wrong with it or it's failing, but it works well. It's pretty quiet also, slightly bit noisier than the Oryx, but overall a pretty good watch winder. This other one, the single one, which is interesting, if you look at the glass, all these marks, the cushions are so close to the glass that this is one of my watches, my Seiko watch that you saw earlier, was actually rubbing against the glass, and it didn't damage the watch, thank God, but the watch did damage the glass on the watch winder. So in this case, poor design, the depth between the cushion and the watch and the cover itself is not good enough, and it caused wear. So something to be aware of if you ever are buying a watch winder. So overall, my first impressions of this Oryx watch winder are pretty good, other than the fact that it doesn't come with the full necessary power connectors and you have to find your own adapter to connect it. That's the only downfall I found right now. It's not minor, it is an annoyance. What extra cost? Charged me $5 more for the whole winder, but put it in there so now I don't have to go look for one. But otherwise, very quiet. Nice soft cushions, pillows for your watches. There's 4 of them. Independent controls for each watch if you want them winding differently. Nice blue light that can come on. Something I probably will never use, but depending on where you put it in a living room, if you have watches that are more expensive than mine and you really want to show them off, well, I think it's a nice feature for that too. And good finish on the box. And the price was pretty reasonable, so stay tuned. Let's see how well it works. I'm assuming it'll work at least as well as the others. And yeah, all I need to do now is get a 4th watch to fill out that empty hole. Thank you for watching.